We knew that Dragon Age sales were soft, but my gosh, these new numbers are very, very bad for BioWare. For a AAA game of this magnitude, they are in huge, huge trouble. I thought maybe it was just going to be a mildly soft launch, but this is a crazy, crazy thing. 14% of Dragon Age the Veilguard physical retail orders reportedly canceled ahead of the game's release. That is a drastic number. Total pre-orders were less than 200,000. They need at least 1 million to make this game go. We're going to get into this news in just a moment, so smash that like and subscribe button, guys. Join us here as we talk about all things in the culture, especially science fiction and fantasy. And I am a fantasy writer myself. You can get a fantasy novella, a science fiction novel, and a superhero graphic novel by signing up to my newsletter, which is in the description below. I give these to you free because I love it. You're going to love Night Training, especially if you are into like that Dragon Age and the setting and all that. I think I have a beautiful world for you with Rislandia, and thank you guys so much for being on there and helping us grow. We're going to do a lot in the future, and we're just getting started. All right. So this is interesting. Approximately 14% of physical pre-orders for Dragon Age the Veilguard at a national retailer were reportedly canceled in the days leading up to the game's release. Endymion revealed that a retail insider shared with him that 956 pre-orders of a total of 6,793 were canceled, or 14%. He wrote on X, so a source who works within the retail space showed me how many pre-orders got canceled for Dragon Age the Veilguard in the last few days. This is from a major store, over 900 locations in America. Veilguard pre-orders versus cancellations by platform. Deluxe Xbox versions, 695 pre-orders, 108 canceled. Normal Xbox copies, 885 pre-orders, and 128 canceled. Deluxe PS5 version, 1,872 pre-orders, 254 canceled, and normal PS5 version, 3,341 pre-orders, 466 canceled. So around 14 to 15% of each version of the Veilguard was canceled in the last few days by customers across these 900 stores within America alone. I'm told by another source pre-orders in general were very, very low, way less than 500,000, closer to 200K or less in total. Yikes. Absolutely crazy. In a subsequent post, he clarified, I should reiterate for anyone, these are physical pre-orders, but I'm told in total with physical and digital, it was nowhere near the 500K pre-orders before release. Not good for a AAA game of this magnitude. Of note, other estimates indicate total sales for the game on Steam are less than 500,000. PlayTracker estimates the game has only 163,000 copies. VG Insights has the game at 349, and Gamealytic estimates the game has sold 497. So, furthermore, the game has only hit a peak concurrent of 89,000 players on its first weekend, and already we've seen that drastically fall off since Monday, hitting 65,000 concurrent players. That's a decline of 26%. Usually with RPG games, it compounds too because people binge these games. It's a lot of hours of gameplay. So for the first couple of weeks, you usually see like a big spike going up because what happens is the people who first got the game on Friday are playing, and then they're still playing, and so Saturday they're still playing, and then Sunday they're still playing. And the more people who buy the game, it compounds if people are actually enjoying it and playing it, and word of mouth starts. We saw this quite a bit with Black Myth Wukong as that caught fire. But with this game, it's quite the opposite. Furthermore, these soft sales estimates and reports of pre-order cancellations appear to align with BioWare and EA's decisions to abandon the game and not provide any DLC expansions. We reported on this yesterday, guys. So this is a big deal. It's been reported they're shifting their entire focus to the Mass Effect game because BioWare really, really leans into these DLC expansions. They do big DLC content upgrades usually. They draw these games out over a long period of time, keeping people invested in these games, keeping people going with them. The fact that they're not doing that with Dragon Age the Veilguard shows they know that they don't have enough players to really justify that going. It was reported that Dragon Age the Veilguard now complete. BioWare confirms that there are currently no plans for downloadable expansions. I've never heard that for a game that's a success. When you look at it comparing to Space Marine 2 and just the breakout success that they had a couple months ago, they immediately announced that they're going to be working on DLC content because, of course, we knew that the storyline was short and we wanted a little bit more of it. And then they announced plans within a month showing that there's going to be a content season upgrades going on within the game. When you have this kind of thing going on, you know that the game's a success and you know that they're planning on keeping it going. They're planning on having teams dedicated to it, and it instills a lot of faith in gamers in the game that it's going to keep going and be a lot of fun for the future. This is not the case with Dragon Age. It is gone. And so this is something that we're going to see. And I think we're going to see similar over with Ubisoft and Star Wars Outlaws and the like, because they can't keep that thing going. It's just not going to cost, it's not going to be enough profit for them. He added developers' full attention has now shifted entirely to the next Mass Effect as their current project. And boy, with Mass Effect, they better fix the game there, because if they have another Andromeda on their hands, my gosh, this company is going to go by the wayside. Bioware and EA have not provided any sales updates to indicate how well the game is done, which is unusual. When there's a big update and something does really well, as you can see right here, Metaphor ReFantazio has sold over 1 million copies worldwide within its first day of launch, making it the fastest-selling Atlas title. Wow, and they did it very similar with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero as well. We Science have no limits. We are thrilled to announce that Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has sold 3 million copies in 24 hours. So they do these announcements when there is a huge success because, of course, it just shows social proof. This is a big thing. Of course, this is across marketing. When I do my Kickstarters, which you've seen on the channel if you've been a long time, I always say, look, we funded on day one, and we we're over $10,000. We're over 300 backers, things like that. Because when you have a success on your hands, you want to talk about it. You want to tell people that, look, other people are playing this game. Other people are having fun with it. It's called social proof in marketing. And I actually have a marketing background and major. I actually came from a business background. This is a big, big thing. So when you have that, that's about the best marketing thing you could possibly do. So if they had that here with Dragon Age, if the media was correct in saying that this is actually a success, this is the Dragon Age we all wanted, this is going out with a bang, then they would be broadcasting this kind of sales numbers because it would just generate more sales for them. They don't have those sales numbers, so they can't do that. That is exactly what this indicates right here. They've remained mum. This is similar to Ubisoft's Star Wars Outlaws release. Remember, they did the same thing on that. The company did not share the announcement celebrating how many copies the game sold, but instead reported in financial documents the game underperformed sales expectations. And this is exactly what's going to happen here. Ubisoft said the first quarter saw a release which underperformed sales expectations, and that's what's going to be happening here. I think this is underperforming to a bigger level than we thought. If there's this many pre-orders that are getting returned, this is a crazy, crazy thing. You don't see anything this high generally. It's all because gamers are rejecting this game. They're showing online just this gameplay is not fun. The storyline is terrible. The characters from the old Dragon Age games are not being represented and impacted. And of course, all the woke moments are just making it completely insufferable as a game to play. Now, that came out also that it was actually a self-insert of one of the designers who wrote a ton of notes about how he was going to add inclusivity and transgender things way early on in the process. This was exposed just the other day as well. This was a highly intentional thing with Dragon Age. It was not just some misstep that they just threw some stuff in there. These people are woke. They tried to destroy the property with their own agenda, and they're getting exactly what they paid for. All right. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this, my friends. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Hit the like and subscribe button, and please sign up for my newsletter. It's in the description below. Get some great fantasy books. I appreciate you guys for being there.